So I went ahead and grabbed these. Now we are required to play with Frodo Baggins, who is our zero cost, our zero threat cost 2/1/2. He has an action to spend one of his fellowship resources. Good morning, Jared. How's it going? One of his fellowship resources and exhaust the One Ring to give Frodo Baggins +2 willpower and +2 attack until the end of the round. Peace. No. It's also time for me to sleep. It's 9 a.m. I'm at work. That works. That checks out. Um, so Frodo gets the ring bearer, or Frodo is our ring bearer. He has the One Ring. We set him and attaches it to the ring bearer. The attached hero does not count towards the hero limit. First player gains control of the attached hero. So I will always be the first player because I'm selfish in this game. We've got Damrod, who is one of our Gondor heroes that we got in the box. He's a 9 cost 2/2/1/4. We reduce the cost of the first trap card we play each round by 1. So really starting to see some of those viable trap builds. And then after a trap card is attached to an enemy, draw a card. So let's go. 2 Nelson streams in less than 24 hours. Is this real life or is this just fantasy? I don't know. Hey, it was a pleasant, surprising Nelson stream some champions at 9 a.m. this morning for me today. Well, yesterday, technically. Joshy, you live in an alternate timeline. It's weird. Good morning, Kill Your Heroes. The biggest decision in a solo game: who will be the first player, and in Lord of the Rings, who's going to be the last player, because that can really mess some stuff up. Pairing up with Damrod is his good friend Faramir. This is a new hero that we have as well. Faramir in the leadership aspect. We also have a Faramir in the lore aspect, but 11 cost 2/2/2/5, ranged, not the biggest benefit for us in a solo game, but after you engage an enemy, ready an ally you control. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. We are going to be running 2 leadership, and so I think we can kind of run a little bit higher on the cost of our leadership allies and kind of use them for multiple things. So I think the biggest boon here would be Gandalf, right? So if you go Gandalf, you quest with Gandalf, and then when you engage, you can ready Gandalf, assuming you didn't sneak attack Gandalf. Then you can kind of, get him in real easily. So I needed someone to play a campaign with range, so Sentinel will mean something. Yep. And then thematically, we chose Samwise Gamgee, the 8 cost 3/1/1/3 hero. After you engage an enemy with a higher engagement cost than your threat, ready Sam Gamgee. He gets +1 stats until the end of the round. A lot of hobbits. Hey, Junie, how's it going? A lot of the hobbits have a, really low threat. They want your threat to be low. And I think that's going to be the biggest kind of hindrance to this deck build is we're starting at 28, which is higher than what we want to be. And so maybe what we're going to do is just not lean into the Hobbit stuff. I think that's probably actually what we're going to do, but it's just a little weird. We have no threat reduction in the purple or green aspects, unless I'm completely forgetting something other than Gandalf. So Gandalf, we're going to be sneak attacking and using Gandalf. I think for threat reduction, especially if we want to trigger this Sam ability. But I wanted to try it at least once thematically with the heroes. Man, I ran the hobbits through the fellowship box. Hobbits are awesome. Hobbits are awesome. The new Anaborm ally helps with Sam's ability. Ooh, alrighty. Alrighty, let's and he's a green, right? New Anaborn ally is green. Oh. There's so many cards in this game. It's awesome. Is he purple? Yeah, he's purple. Okay. Thanks. I've been meaning to ask, where do we request for you to try certain scenarios for Marvel Champion streams? Been meaning to ask since last Friday, but I didn't want to get distracted from the Arkham gameplay. Hey, so you can request anywhere, I guess. But if you are a member on YouTube at the legendary tier, you can give a scenario and matchup for me to play. So There's a couple of routes there. Anaborn. Why am I having such a hard time finding Anaborn? After an enemy is added to the staging area, exhaust Anaborn to give that enemy +5 engagement cost until the end of the round. Then deal 1 damage to that enemy. I like that. So YouTube over Twitch, YouTube is the way that it gets guaranteed. Yeah, but like you can request if you have a scenario, then let me know, and if I have time, I'll do it. Yeah. Anaborn. Nice. Okay, sweet. Let's get to building. I think a lot of this, well, not necessarily a lot of the build, but I think we want to go with sneak attack. We want to go with Gandalf, so let's go ahead and grab those. Let's go Steward of Gondor. And we'll grab Snowborn while we're here. May want to grab Squire. Squire seems pretty good here. We do have a lot of questing. We are going to need to quest the heck out of this quest. I need to play the Two Towers box. Yeah. And order Arid Mithram. Two Towers. The first one was pretty good. Too busy playing my new shiny Kickstarter DCD Dragon Ball G stuff. Deck builder. Nice. I saw DBG and I was like, Dragon Ball G? I don't know what that is. um, let's grab Anaborn. Grab 2 copies of those. Sleeves are over here. How is the new DC stuff? Let's grab Sneak Attack. Wait. I went through all my S's. Oh, there's Sneak Attack. Let's grab Gandalf. And we're just gonna go with the core set Gandalf here. Let's see where that puts us. What's really nice here is that we can get a turn 1 steward drop because we have 2 leadership, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6. Okay, let's hop over to no, let's just stay in leadership. We have Faramir. We can't use Faramir. That would be nice though. Lower the cost to play Citadel Custodian by 1 for each. We could lean into this kind of like pseudo Gondor play if we wanted to. You only played Rebirth so far, but it all looks really good. I love DC. Cal Rainmore, the best Green Lantern. With that being said, DC sucks with their multimedia content. I love the Rebirth expansion. Nice, nice. I think it's. Let's grab Ingold. Keep telling Nelson to jump in, but I failed to 2, 4, 6. There's so many games. So many games. Knight of the White Tower resource cost must be paid from a single hero's resource pool, but he's a 2-2-3-3. Hey, Jester Jito, thank you for the subscription. You're amazing. Thank you so very much. Thank you. There really are so many games. It's hard to keep up. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. Let's go Knight of the White Tower. I haven't tried Knight of the White Tower yet. Okay. Knight of the White Tower. Do we go 3 of those? I mean, Knight of the White Tower is a hero stat line. I mean, it's 222, 2233. I think let's just grab 3 of these. You know, later game, just big bombs coming in. FFG, we need a DC Champions. Imagine how crazy it'd be to have Marvel and DC heroes releasing on. Dude, that'd be insane. I still want the Star Wars. I still want the Star Wars game. Right now, I'm being tied over with Unlimited, but I want to co-op 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. After the ship captain enters play, move 1 resource to a hero. Yeah, let's just go ship captain. And then at this point, we're probably going to grab the custodians. Jared, since you have access to lore, you can use Elfstone to cheat out some big allies. Ooh, I have not used Elfstone. So yes, let's absolutely do that. 2, 4, 5, 6. Let me grab my Citadel Custodians. And then let's look at Elfstone. Oh, I'm so excited for all the traps too. It's gonna be sick. Go Aaron Ryder. Do you want a PV? Probably not. I don't think I'd play a PvP mode of Champions. I really like the co-op stuff, and so, well, I mean, I would play it, but I don't. I'm not hoping for it. Yes to all the traps. So we got Elfstone attached to the active location. It gets +1 quest point. After the attached location leaves play, play as an explored location. The first player puts 1 ally into play from their hand. That's pretty awesome. That's really awesome. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alrighty. Looking to see if there's anything. We could go Sellsword, actually. Dwarven Sellsword at the end of the round, discard it, or the players spend 1 leadership resource. Not bad. Oh wait, let's get Build a Pony. Build a Pony. We can't have Sam without Build a Pony. We got Wealth of Gondor. I'm not. We also have very good tail. Let's go with very good tail. We have a lot of ways for resource generation, gaining strength, all of this kind of stuff, but I am not 100% sure with the biosphere that we super need it. Hey, Giant Lasagna, how you doing? Good morning. Attached to a character, the attached character gains the Gondor trait. We can, I think, we're gonna have the Gondor trait. I'm throwing the Steward of Gondor on Damrod, most likely, I think. Sword of Numenor. His attached hero participates in an attack that destroys an enemy with 5 more printed hit points. I think Sword of Numenor would be really nice here because I think damage is one of the things that we're going to struggle with. Especially since we don't have access to tactics. Staff, attached to a Gondor or Hobbit. After the test, you're exhausted to defend against an attack from an enemy with engagement cost higher than your threat. I don't know how frequently we're gonna be higher than the threat. That's my only issue there. Well, the all Gondor characters get +1. Visionary leadership is huge. Yeah, let's go with that. We're gonna grab 3 of those. Two, four, six, 7, 10. Alrighty, we're probably cutting stuff. I'm just grabbing, and we'll probably cut stuff later. But let's look at our lore stuff. We don't really have Gondor allies in lore, do we? Oh, we have healers. We do. We do. Anaborn. We're definitely running an Anaborn because we want to wait. Yeah, because we definitely want to be able to return those traps. Because whenever we can exhaust him as an action to return a trap from our discard pile to our hand. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. If it's an enemy, you may discard it. Tracker. Exhaust the tracker to lower the threat of the next enemy added to the staging area. That seems hard. We could go Warden. After it attacks and damages an enemy, return the enemy to the staging area. Be careful with Anaborn. You'll need to decide if you want purple or green Anaborn. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's look at our traps. Oh, we got Guardian of Athelion. Return an enemy engaged with you to Malblong. Choose an enemy to get -5 engagement cost until the end of the round. Then you may engage that enemy or return it to the staging area. I mean, Malblong is a 2 for a 2 willpower and Gondor. We're just gonna run Malblong. I don't know if I'll ever use that ability, but I will definitely use the 2 willpower. 3 with the visionary leadership. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, let's grab our traps. I've talked about the traps long enough. We need to just grab the traps. Because I need to know how much space I need to cut. Uh, it may be worth running 3 elf stones. Okay, so we got a Ithilien pit. If unattached, attach the Ithilien pit to the next eligible enemy that enters the staging area. Any character may choose the attached enemy to be as a target of the attack. Let's go ahead. We're just going to pull all of these out. I think I'm going to want to look at these side by side. But what's nice here is that this is a free card. And it's a card draw, right? Because we reduce the cost of the next or of the first trap by 1. So minimum 0. So this is going to cost 0 and it's just going to cycle. You can use Malblung to trigger Faramir multiple times per round, which can be useful with Gleowine or Master the Forge. So Faramir is after you engage an enemy. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty fun. Oh, interesting. Yeah, with Master and just search for attachments. That's really cool. I like that. Ithilien Pit. Where's my pit? There we go. I like how many cards I'm sleeving. I'm playing with so many new cards. I can't store these games in binders, but I do miss flipping through binders to look at cards. Takes me back to the like 90s with Pokemon cards. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Pokemon binders are great. Take it to school and hope the teacher didn't see. Or the cool kids and they make fun of you. Ranger Spear. Attached character is +1/+2 when attacking an enemy with an attachment. That seems good. Ranger Spear seems good. I do think that the damage is going to be something that we need to be thinking about. How are we going to deal with damage here? Where Ranger Spear. I probably could. Looking for traps. Poison stakes. If unattached, at the end of each round, deal 2 damage to the attached enemy. Sweet. Ranger spikes. Ambush. We got the, the forest snare, the OG. Is there any trap stuff that I'm completely missing? I remember getting called to the principal's office in grade school and getting yelled at for bringing Pokemon cards to school. I was too scared to tell her they weren't my cards. Yep. Yep. No, yeah. I feel that in my soul. I don't think I was ever called to the principal. I did get my Pokemon cards taken away. That was very sad. But I mean, you gotta make trades when the opportunity presents itself. You have to be, you know, you have to be a go getter when it comes to trading Pokemon cards. Choose an enemy with a trap card. Look at the top. X cards the encounter deck, or X is that printed threat. You can discard one of those cards. Return the rest to the top. Oh, entangling nets. It's another trap. We have so many traps. This is cool. Is there any non-campaign games for Arkham Horror and Lord of the Rings? Yeah, absolutely. Are you talking about like in that theme, or in that like yeah, in that theme? I'm out of sleeves. Huh. I'm actually running low on my sleeve stock, which is kind of funny. I actually don't know where all the sleeves went. I guess like we have gotten a lot of like new Marvel stuff recently. What do you mean? Are you talking about like games uh that are like themed Lord of the Rings and Arkham that you're looking for a non-campaign version of? Or are you looking for games that play similar that are not campaign? I mean the IPs in general or the LCG format. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab these traps. It may be way too many. There's a lot of really cool new ways to play opening up. It's cool. Don't know if we need to run all of these traps, but I'm gonna look at them at least. I'm gonna look at all my new cards. So we got Ranger Spikes, Ithilien Pit, Ambush, Entangling Nets. I'm out of green stickers. Poison Spikes and a Forest Snare. I'm thinking that honestly we may not go with Forest Snare. I feel like Forest Snare is really expensive. So Ranger spikes. If unattached, players do not make engagement checks, and the attached enemy gets -2 threat. That's nice. And I think the 1 cost ones just go in here. So entangling nets, if unattached, attached entangling nets, they get -2, -2. Yep. Any character may choose. Any character, yeah, may choose to choose attached enemy as the target of an attack. Does that mean? Does that mean that I can only attack with 1 character at a time? Is that how that works? We got ambush. The engaged player discards ambush to declare the attack against the attached enemy. You can do it before they attack. And poisoned stakes. At the end of each round, deal 2 damage. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go 2 of the pits, because regardless. Tingling nets. These are R's, not S's. Which is also probably where my Ranger spikes. Aphelion Pit essentially gives all characters Dunehear's ability and range. You can attack the enemy as if it were engaged with you. Can they attack together? Rune Master attached to a Ranger after a signal attachment. Nah, let's not. Poison stakes is what I'm looking for. Okay, they can attack together. Sweet. Nice. Okay, that's good. Ambush. I need more sleeves. Then entangling. Nope, entangling nets we got here. Okay. I did find my spears. Because both of these should be rangers, right? Yeah, they're both rangers. Sweet. So I'm going to bring the spears, nets, stakes, ambush, all of the traps. Poison. We're over here. We're going to. Nice. I'm unsleeving my dwarf starter deck. But I do think we need to cut some stuff. Because we are at like 70 cards now, I think. Perfect. Okay, let's look at our cards. I think we do ignore Forest Snare, or I mean, will I do more of the Marvel Champions Cinematic Universe? Yes, I will. Just been on a little bit of a break there, but yes, I will. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, we are 60 cards right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's cut 10. Okay, I think we can cut a lot of these allies down to 2. We can also cut the Snowborns. We don't need the Snowborns because they're Rohan, not Gondor, and we're kind of leaning into that Gondor stuff right now. So we got Annaborn. I think I'm gonna have enough traps. I think I don't need the green Anaborn. I think if we just run with the purple, we should be fine there. 2, 4, 6, 7. I have a love-hate relationship with constructing a deck. I love building the deck. I hate turning the deck from 80 to 50. Yeah. Let's cut the visionary leadership. I think we'll be okay there. Bill is not going anywhere. Bill is integral to this deck. We'll cut a steward. And I've cut from all the stacks, so I don't actually know where we're at. Story of my life, yeah, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alrighty, we have 4 more cards to cut. I don't want to. We can probably cut the Aaron Riders, right? I like Knight of the White Tower. I really like what Knight of the White Tower. I think he's gonna do some work for us. Cut a very good tail. Two cards. We probably don't need, like, we can cut an ambush. I don't think we need 3 of those. We'll cut a pit for a poison stakes, and we're gonna ship it there. We'll see what happens. Nice. We are playing campaign mode. So let's read as I shuffle. The Passage of the Marsage. After Boromir attempted to seize the ring for himself in the woods of Amonhen, Frodo resolved to leave the Fellowship and continue the quest to Mount Doom on his own. But his faithful servant, Sam Gamgee, guessed his master's plan and caught up with Frodo as he was preparing to cross the Anduin in one of the elven boats. Sam refused to let Frodo leave him behind, so the two hobbits crossed the river together. Upon reaching the eastern shore, they became lost in the Emyn Muil, a maze of rocky hills and steep cliffs. After wandering for days, they were finally able to make their way down near the edge of the Dead Marshes, only to discover that they were being followed. The creature Gollum had tracked them across the Anduin and through the Emyn Muil and was drawing near. The hobbits knew they had to confront Gollum before moving on, or they would risk being strangled in their sleep. So they set a trap for the old villain. The Passage of the Marquis. Yep. So we got Mire. So Mire is a new keyword here. We're going to be placing resources on locations in the staging area, and then when they reach their Mire value, bad stuff happens. They're basically sinking. I don't like that. Okay, our starting threat is a 28. So let's go ahead and pump that up to 28. We have 0 scoops so far, which is pretty awesome. Okay, the Passage of the Marshes. You are playing campaign mode. Each player may change hero cards without incurring the +1 threat penalty. Each player shuffles 1 copy of the Searching Eye. Did I already put that in there? I don't think so, but I set one out. Let's just use this one. Searching Eye into their deck. Remove each burden with the following set icons. So this is the campaign mode. We're going to set that off screen. Then we have the Taming of Smeagol. Frodo and Sam left the Fellowship above the falls of Ronos and crossed the great river to climb the Immen Mule upon the eastern shore. After days of wandering through the maze of rocky crags, they have finally reached the edge of the dead marshes, only to discover that Gollum has been following them. Put Gollum into play, engage with the first player. Each player searches their encounter deck for one location, reveals it, and adds it to the staging area. I do think that all of this happens after we draw our opening hand. We have Gollum. Gollum's a two-sided card. 0 scoops means it's even before you. Okay, so Gollum is a 2/2/2/5. He's immune to non. Oh, I didn't even look at the Fellowship stuff, or the Fellowship stuff. After Gollum engages the first player during the refresh phase, he makes an immediate attack. When Gollum is defeated, flip him to Smeagol and exhaust Smeagol. Smeagol is an ally. We're basically taming Smeagol there. Okay. Let's go ahead and resolve our mulligan. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, because we do player setup first in this game, and in Champions, it's not. So we got Athelian Pit, Squire the Citadel, Citadel Custodian, Ranger Spear, Ingold, and Anaborn. I do like this, but there's really not a ton of building here. I think we're gonna mulligan. I guess, like, what am I looking for? Like, what I think Steward is nice. Was that and Visionary Leadership? One of the two. I think that and or Visionary Leadership. Now the question is, I think the Burden is probably shuffled in after the mulligan, because we do campaign setup. I have no idea. I should have looked this up beforehand, so I apologize. So we're stuck with this hand. 2, 4, 6. Got Squire, Poison Stakes, Sneak Attack, Entangling Nets, Knight of the White Tower, and Steward of Gondor. Well, there you go. That's exactly what we wanted. I'm pretty sure Mire, I only attach if it's in the staging area. I think if I at the location in the staging area. Yeah, so we're good there. Okay, so let's go and find a location. Raise our threat to travel, exhaust Smeagol to travel. Oh, definitely don't want that. We don't have Smeagol yet. It's discarded. Each row hates the threat by 1 to travel there. I think we probably are just gonna go with the soft minds. Yeah. Alrighty. So the soft minds, 1B, the players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagol. So we have to defeat Gollum, flip him to get Smeagol. After a player declares any number of attackers against Gollum, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Gollum gets plus X defense for this attack, where X is the card's threat. We're at 0. We're showing 2. We have Steward, though, so that's nice. Damrod is after a trap card is attached to an enemy, so it's not when you play it. I think I had that a little bit backwards in my head, but that's fine. Let's grab money for everybody. Squire the Citadel. Sneak attack. Let's go ahead and throw an Entangling Nets up here. So if unattached, attach Entangling Nets to the next eligible enemy that enters the staging area. And then, yeah, I think we're just going to go 2 here for Steward. Go 2 there. I'm curious if we want to go multiple traps. We could play poison stakes, and then both of them would trap. We draw 2 cards, and then we really don't have to worry about the next enemy, which would be nice at at the beginning of the game here. This guy's going to attack us. Yeah. Okay. Let's quest a little bit. Quest for 2. And as an action, we can spend this resource to give +2. That's important because this is after staging. We can also do it to give +2 attack. We actually may want to just kind of tank this first quest and take out Golem. Because we can attack for 3, 4, 8, which would not take out Golem necessarily. If we don't quest at all, let's quest for 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2. Let's go 5. We're showing 2. I'm gonna flip into Surge, doomed 1. When revealed, attached to the current quest, counts as a condition attachment. At the end of the refresh phase, place 1 Mire token on each location in the staging area. Then discard this. Surges into Peril. No one helped me with this. But the topmost undead enemy in the encounter discard pile engaged with you. Each undead enemy makes an attack with you. I'm surprised that does not surge. That's nice. Alrighty. Golem is going to attack us. I think we take it. I think we take the attack. We do have healing. And then we can swing back for 5, which would do 3 damage. Can't shake the feeling of deck building always feeling like homework. Just impatient, want to play the game. That's fair. Let's take it 2. No shadow effect. We'll throw the 2 damage here on Faramir. Let's go ahead and attack with Faramir and Frodo. He's going to get 2. So he has a 5 defense now. So we're just attacking for 3 because we can't actually damage him. Jeez. Oof. He's going to be annoying. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did want to travel. Thank you. I saw this card here. Thank you. At the end of the refresh plays, paste 1 Mire token on each in the staging area, then discard Creeping Marshes. So I think because I do not actually place a token, I don't get to discard. Is it the same kind of rules as champions? You have to hit the before then action. Alrighty. So we will increase our threat to 30. We'll draw into, the Searching Eye. After you draw this card, either exhaust each hero you control or reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Ugh. I hate it. We'll exhaust each hero. Because I have a block with Squire. We'll pass out money. I assume, yeah, I assume it's not discarded. Cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and spend 1 out of Sam to play Squire the Citadel. Really, we're going to try and pump our resources in Faramir up so that we can drop a Knight of the White Tower. Let's use 1 to play Poison Spikes up here. And then we will. We're not going to quest. That Ire Sauron is not good. So 0, flipping to 3. So 1, 2, 3. Up to 33. The engaged player cannot reduce their threat. After the Candle Bear destroys a character, it cannot take damage until the end of the round. Wow. Okay. So these get attached here. They have -2 attack, -2 defense, And at the end of each round, deal 2 damage to the attached enemy. We draw 2 cards. Anaborn and the Guardian. Sweet. I'm not going to engage there. Golem is going to attack. We will defend with Squire. It's going to be 2, no shadow effect. Squire leaves play. We're going to give the money to Faramir. I'm wondering if... I'm actually kind of thinking that the Steward should have gone on one of our purple heroes. We have so many purple cards, and most of our green cards are discounted. So I think we should have gone Steward over elsewhere. Okay. Stand up, increase to 34. Give me a Gandalf. Come on. Draw into IRF. It's funny, despite Marvel Champions being my favorite LCG, Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite theme of the 3. It's crazy how much detail and backstory there is. Oh, 100%. It's insane. It is insane how much detail and backstory there is. Let's play here. We're going to spend a resource to heal Faramir. Two more rounds and we can get out our Knight of the White Tower, which is going to be real nice. I guess we could... No, I don't want to. I want to save sneak attack for... Don't forget the damage on the... Thank you so very much. Thank you. 2 there. We're just going to let them break themselves upon the rocks. I'm right now I'm playing a lot of Spirit Island. I actually, Meg is not able to stream. She's out of town this Friday. And so I think I'm going to play Spirit Island this Friday. I'm going to stream some Spirit Island. Anyways, I've been playing Stones and Yielding Defiance. And one of their innate powers is like, let them break themselves upon the rocks. And I love it. So I've been saying that all the time. Okay. Let's quest for 3. We're showing 3. Spirit Island? Yes. Yeah, let's go. There's an interactive map I recently found that's essentially your map, but you can click on different places and get a small description. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Let's go 5. We're showing 3. Flip into a 2. Mire 1. When it's discarded, first player reveals the top card in counter deck. It's going to happen. We don't raise our threat, but we do have Golem here attacking us. 2 plus a boost card. We're just going to take it. No boost. We'll throw that on Faramir again. We'll declare attackers. He's going to get a +3 again, so we're not going to damage him. Golem's invincible. Increase our threat to 35. Deal damage up here. Draw into another sneak attack. Not the piece of the puzzle I need. Pass out some money. Yeah, I definitely should have thrown the money on over here. I have too much money. I don't think I've ever heard of Spirit Island. Spirit Island is my favorite game of all time. It's amazing. It's a cooperative... I don't even know how to describe it. Highly asymmetrical cooperative game. It feels very similar to like a LCG in like the style of play. Let's go ahead and heal here. Best viewers, yeah. I think the general strategy is build a few rounds before going after Golem due to the increased defense. Yeah. I love asymmetrical games. Teaching them on the other. Yeah. It can be tough. Oh, this gets a Mire. Which triggers first? At the end of the refresh phase, this is at the end of the refresh phase. I'm going to say I can choose. I'm going to choose to discard this one. This clears. We reveal the top card, which is Surge. Either flips Smeagol to Golem or Golem makes an immediate attack. I'll cancel the effect. This does Surge, though. Surge, doomed 1, and it's back. Surges into Stagnant Pools. Mire 5. When Stagnant Pools is discarded, each player must raise their threat by 5. It gets +1 threat for each mire. We have to exhaust Smeagol to travel there. Ugh. So I assume now I'm doing this. I'm in trouble. Alright. I think Stewart goes on one of here. Because I have too much stuff in my hand. Also, don't love drawing this immediately. Okay. So we're showing 7 in the staging area. I need... Let's quest for 3, 5, 7, knowing that we can go +2. Flip into a 3. Jeez. The engaged player cannot reduce this threat. After the dead things destroys a character, the defending player raises their threat by 3. So we raise our threat by 1, 2, 3. This is going to... Both of these are going to engage us. I may scoop here. I don't know what to do. I guess Stewart goes on Sam so he can benefit from visionary leadership. I think so. Let's go ahead and scoop. I think I'm going to try the deck again. But I think I want to pilot it differently. Wait, where's Smeagol? Yeah, because I didn't have anything to pay. I didn't have anything to spend the money on. I didn't have enough. My allies were too expensive. This feels like a giant deck. Because it has the encounter deck in it. That's why. Okay. Our thread is also kind of an issue. At 28. And maybe we're just going for like an early Gandalf, trying to get Gandalf to reduce threat and just give us a little bit of time. I think the searching eye really hurt there. Losing entire turn of hero actions is... Yeah. We lost a lot of threat there because we weren't able to quest. But I also think knowing that we're just going to tank some of Golem's hits is important because we can just tank the hits and then we can if we can get the healer, we can heal the damage dealt at that point. But then we can quest harder. All right. 3, 6. Squire the Citadel, Ranger Spear, Net, Gandalf, Net, Bill. Honestly, that's not a bad start. We have Entangling Nets. We got the Ranger Spear. And we got a free ally out of Bill. Reason 38 why Frodo and Sam should have had a buddy. Yeah, right? I think we're going to mulligan. Just be aware that there's a +3 attack shadow effect that killed my... Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's It's not good. I mean, that would take out everyone. Maybe we need to be defending with Faramir? Probably at that point. Vaguely remember a card called Pitfall that in Moria that haunts. Yeah. I think there's a lot of cards in this game that haunt people. 3, 6. Okay, is this in my deck right now? I think I need to know that. Like, what's the timing on adding burdens to your deck? Okay. Who needs cheap viewers when I timing of burden? Boons and burdens, I believe, are after normal setup. I know they changed it at some point, but I don't remember what their final decision was. Because I think honestly, I scoop. Those bots have been getting D20's channel. Like, if this is in my deck, I think I scoop here because I don't know if the deck can like work its way out of it. Burden cards. After they have drawn their starting hand. Okay, so we got Squire, and then we'll shuffle this in. I still don't like my hand, but it's better than nothing. Okay. So we got Squire, we got Citadel, Ambush, Ranger Spear. Okay. Let's go ahead and use one off of Faramir to play Squire the Citadel. Yeah. Go one in Damrod to play Ambush. Then we will be off. So we want to keep Faramir for a defense. So we got 5, 7, showing 2. Flip into Peril. Undead enemies. That's actually fine. So we put 5 on here. Nice. And we'll travel here. And we'll stand up. Easy peasy. In future scenario, if you earn the burden, it'll be in your deck. But in this scenario, it won't be because it's added by the campaign card. Alrighty. That's rough. That's rough. I never drew a card. I never drew a card for my first round. So I had Ranger Spikes. That would have been better. Okay. So we'll stand up, increase our threat, draw into poison. Now we're drawing all the green cards. Okay. We're going to go Damron to play Ranger Spikes. So they get -2 threat and we don't make engagement checks against them, just giving us a little bit of breathing room there. Then we are going to... Oh, Gollum was supposed to attack. What am I doing? 2. We defended here, so we take no damage. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and 3. Let's go 7 again. showing 0. I'm going to flip into the evil smelling fens. Mire 3. Travel. Each player must raise their threat by 1 to travel there, which I did not do for this one. And then we quested for 7, showing 3. This clears. Let's go ahead and travel here. We'll raise our threat by 1. We really need the Gandalf. I mean, like, there's a lot of threat in this. We'll defend with Faramir. No shadow effect. We don't take any damage. All right, let's stand up. Draw into an Elfstone. Interesting. Pass out some money. So Elfstone, there really isn't. I don't really want to play this Custodian for free. That doesn't seem super great to me. Actually, looking at the revised rulebook, it looks like all the campaign stuff happens last. So current ruling is mulligans, then boons. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for looking that up. I think we go 1 off a Damnrod to play Ranger Spear on Faramir to start us out. Faramir is more likely to defend than Damrod is. We're showing 0. Let's go ahead and quest for 5. No, let's go 7. Shifting Quagmire. Surge. Mire 1. When Shifting Quagmire is discarded, either return a random location from the victory display. Oh, these all have victory display. All right. Spend 1 of these resources to travel here. That surges into, hey, the Candlebearer. Alrighty. So we attach 2 traps. So we get Annaborn and Steward of Gondor. Let's freaking go. So this now is -2. And we don't make engagement checks against this. So we're showing 2. We quested for 7. So this clears. We're going to spend a resource to travel here. I like the trap stuff. It's cool. At this point, no, we're still going to defend here with Faramir. 2, no shadow effect. We're good. All right, let's stand up. Increase our threat to 32. Ugh. Draw into sneak attack. Well, now we just need the Gandalf. And let's pass out some money. So we got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And we are going to spend 2 to play Steward of Gondor onto Sam. We don't have one of those knights. And so I think the goal is to play the knight with Sam. So now we can, but for now we can spend some of these to get some cards out. Let's just go ahead and spend and get the custodian out. I guess we could have saved the money for Annaborn. No, let's just go ahead and get them out. Let's go 1 for a poison stake. And then we're good. All right. Feel a little bit safer right now. Let's go Sam for 3. We're showing 1. At this point, we can chump with Squire on Gollum's attack. So if we have 3, 6, 8, 10. So if we go with just 4, showing 1, we're going to flip into a 2, Mire 1. So we're showing 3, so we place 1 here. We're going to lose the soft Mire, but that's fine. Okay. We will block with Squire on Golem's attack. Attacking enemy gets +3. Good time to block. After Squire the Citadel leaves play, add 1 resource to a Gondor hero's resource pool. That's going to be Sam. And then we are going to declare attackers. He's going to get a +3 again. Jeez. So he has 5 defense. We're going to go 2, 5, 7. We're going to spend 1 to get +2. So 10 total. That's going to flip Golem to Smeagol's side. So after the player's quest unsuccessfully, flip Smeagol to Golem. He's a 2/2/2/5. Alrighty. Stand up, increase our threat to 33. We'll draw into Poison Stakes again. Nice. Mire is going... Actually, this happens. The first player reveals the top card of the encounter deck. That's brutal. I'm sorry, the campaign rules seem to open to interpretation. Could go either way. I have no idea. Okay, that's fair. The Dead Things. The engaged player cannot reduce his threat. After the Dead Things destroys the character, the defending player must raise their threat by 5. We're going to add Poison Stakes into there. And then at the end of each round, we're going to deal 2 damage here. And we get to draw a card, which was the Poison Stakes, but we're going to also draw into Entangling Nets. Sweet. I like the traps. They're fun. But now I'm not drawing any of my allies, which is crazy. Hey, Scourge, how's it going? Well, we have Smeagol now, which is nice. Let's pass out money. Let's go Entangling Nets. And we're going to go Poison Spikes as well. Alrighty. We are showing 4 in the staging. We have to quest successfully. So let's go Smeagol, Frodo. That's 4. 7? We're showing 4. Eight. We're going to flip into Stagnant Pools. Mire 5. We have to exhaust Smeagol to travel there. Alrighty. So we're showing 3, 6, 7. We quested for 8, so we're going to place 1 here. Okay. We're going to engage here. So we're at 33. After they destroy a character, the defending player must raise their threat by 3. Gross. Attacking for 4? Oh my gosh. Let's defend with Faramir. It'll be 4, no shadow effect. We'll take 2 damage on Faramir. And then we will attack back for 5, which will take him out. I think I want threat reduction in this deck. All right, let's stand up. Increase threat to 34. Draw into Maoblung. Alrighty. Oh, I could have readied and after you engage an enemy, ready an ally. I need to remember that. Undead are no joke. So much threat and they prevent you from lowering threat. Yeah. Restream bot isn't showing up? I don't know. Restream has its own Restream has its own work schedule, I think. I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. Pass out. We do have Malblong, but we don't have enough resources to play it, so that's kind of funny. Spend 1 to throw a Ranger Spear on Damrod. No, let's hang on to that. Let's play Malblong next turn. Okay. We are showing 4. We have to exhaust Smeagol to travel there, so we're not going to quest with Smeagol. If we engage an enemy, then we can ready an ally. So we might as well quest with Anaborn. So that's 1, 2. Thought I reported on my attempt to have a pre-built deck for... Oh, yeah. It worked okay. Good enough for easy, medium villains. But as expected, they fall down against everything tough. Works for an introduction to new players, though. That's nice. Yeah. Hey, Nines, how you? I don't know how I missed your chat. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's gonna be 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We're showing 4, questing for 7. Oh, we're actually showing 4, 5. We're showing 5. Let's go Damrod for 2. That's 9. So we're showing 5. Let's flip into a 3. Evil Smelling. Mire 3. When it's discarded by the Mire keyword, deal 1 damage to each character. Each player must raise their threat by 1 to travel. Okay. So that's 4, 7, 8. So this clears. I think we are going to exhaust Smeagol to go here. Nelson! Only watch your chance videos with Lord of the Rings is great. Lord of the Rings is great. Welcome, Griffin. Funny watching small streamers go, dang, I'm sorry for missing your chat. And then big streamers who sometimes ignore. No worries, I don't really mind. I don't think I remember the scenario very well. What's the right hero? This is Sam. He's covered with his... This is Sam after he's returned, and he's mayor of Hobbiton, and he's absurdly rich and powerful now. Jester finally tried Branch and Claw. Beasts and Wilds are awesome. Yeah, Beasts and Wilds are awesome. All right, let's stand up. We got a Mire here. Increase our threat to 34. Give me Gandalf. Healing is nice. Or Visionary Leadership. Or something. Okay. We'll pass out money. We're talking Spirit Island? Sam is hella overpowered, but very fun to play. I think he's not as strong when your threat is at 35. Let's go IRF. Let's go 2 for Malblong. Sam should be hella overpowered. That's fair. Okay. I'm not giving them -5 engagement cost. Because I may actually want to ready Sam and try and take him out. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave them there forever. Yeah. Don't think Sam is overpowered. I think the other Hobbit stuff being insanely synergistic. Yeah. Okay. Time to quest. We're at 35. Oh my gosh. I kind of need an enemy to come out so that we can draw some cards. Let's go 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to go Damrod for the 2. 1, 1. Questing for 13, showing 4. Flip into the Candlebearer. There he is. Okay, we're at 36. Engaged player cannot reduce threat. He does get an Entangling Nets and a Poisoned Stakes, which means that we're going to draw 2 cards. Knight of the White Tower. Now we're talking. And build a pony. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Sick. After he destroys a character, it cannot take damage. So I think we're going to defend with Faramir against its attack of 3. It has an attack of 3. If we ready Sam, we get to attack back with 5, which is not enough to kill it, but Poison Spikes will kill it. Or next turn we'll have Knight of the White Tower, which we can defend with. This is like our last round to get the triggering bonus off of Sam, though. That's the problem. I think honestly, Spirit Frodo is probably the strongest, just because Loragorn and. Do you play general board games or just LCGs? General board games as well. Yeah. I think my content revolves around LCGs. I would say the most I play is general board games. I think Sam is one of, if not the best Hobbit, but you're right. Their strengths shine with more Hobbits, which makes them thematic. Yeah. We're taking an attack of 3. I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and engage here. When we engage, we're going to ready Anaborn using this ability, and we'll get to ready Sam because its threat is higher than we are. It's going to attack for 3. We're going to defend with Faramir. Raise your threat by the attacking enemy's threat, which is 3. Oh, jeez. Dude, there's so much threat in this. 1, 2, 3. We're up to 38. I need a Gandalf immediately. Okay, we'll attack for 3. Actually, yeah, we still get this bonus. So 5 damage here. Also, I never resolved my quest. I was at 13. We're showing 3, 6, 7. So that's 5 here. Okay. The end of the round, we'll go 1 here. We'll increase our threat to 39. Poison Stakes will take him out. Okay. We'll stand everyone up. We're at 39 threat. Give me Gandalf. Steward of Gondor, not the finish we'd hope for. Let's pass out some money. Alrighty, let's play here. We got Knight. We got Bill. Spend 1 to play an ambush. Mainly, I just need to get the card draw there. Bonus points to Merry for comboing with Brand, Son of Bane, and multiplayer to kill infinite enemies. I feel like we're forgetting tactics. Merry with 2 daggers. Oh yeah. What's a good general board game you have played recently? I mean, I've been playing a lot of Spirit Island. A lot of Spirit Island. I played Marrakesh, which I enjoyed. I played it for the first time. There were 3 new players. It was a little long, but I think once you kind of know the game, Marrakesh is really, really interesting. Spirit Island is an LCG at this point. That's fair. So I would say Marrakesh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. We need to push through this. Okay. Let's I've heard of that. I think it's fairly new. It's a Stefan Feld. It's part of the City collection from Queen Games. Um yeah, it's a big Euro. I still like Castles of Burgundy. I think that's his best game, but I can see why Marrakesh is in the running for some people. Let's go 1, 2, 3 for Sam, 1 for Bill, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. I probably should have used Frodo's ability to clear here, but here we are. Okay, so we're at 11. We're showing 4. That should be fine. Is there another Marrakesh where you place rugs and have Fez guy walk all over them? I don't know that one. I haven't heard of the Feld one. Yeah, I think it was 2022 when it came out. Alrighty, staging. The straight pools. Meyer 5. We have to exhaust Smeagol to travel here. Okay. I need a Gandalf so badly. Alrighty, so we quested for 11. We're showing 6, 7. So we will clear here, which will actually push us. So this is victory. And then we add the threat here and we get pushed. The number of location in the staging area is less than the number of players. It is not. We add 1 of them, but we're good. Progress cannot be placed on locations in the staging area. If players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagol, and there are at least 4 locations in the victory display. We currently have 3. At the end of the staging step, if the number of locations in the staging area is less than the number of players, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Yikes. Oof. Alrighty. We're going to travel here. We'll raise our threat to 40 to do so. We're going to go ahead and I think we engaged there. Let's go ahead and engage here. We will ready Knight, and we're going to discard Ambush to declare an attack. So we've got 4, 5, 6, and that's going to take them out. My favorite game constantly changes, but Spirit Island is always up there. It's so good. It's so good. I think Gaia Project and Bonanza are my highest non-LCGs. So if Spirit Island is not an LCG, I think my top 5, it always changes, but Gaia Project is up there. Gaia Project is up there. I also really like Brass Birmingham. Good stuff. Okay. Gaia is a banger. Yeah. Alrighty. Threat is at 41. I'm going to draw into a Anaborn. Stand up. Need a Marsh up here. Brass is amazing. Brass is amazing. Yeah, Brass is really, really good. Terraforming Mars is really solid. I just got Imperium. I'm excited to try that out. That feels more of an LCG. Grass, what's that? All right, we're at 41 threat. Yikes. Let's go 1, 1, 1, 3. We'll Ranger Spear here on Damrod. Bonanza is primarily for sentimental value with family, but that doesn't get much play these years. I like Bonanza. trying to think. I think my favorite Uve is going to be Agricola. Something on Brass chat. Brass is an economic game that highly relies on the actions of your other players. It's a very interactive game. You're basically placing out industries and you're trying to time the market. It's a very like market driven economic game. Dune Imperium is pretty good. I like Arnak a little bit more. Lost Ruins of Arnak. Is it similar to Scythe? No. Scythe. Scythe. Maybe kind of. Um, maybe kind of. I do like Scythe though. I really like Scythe. Makes me want to try it than something different. Yeah, Brass is good. Brass is really really good. If I thread out here, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, let's we're gonna quest really really hard here. Um, we do have an ambush, and so worst case scenario is we draw one of these candlestick holder things. And so we would need to do 8 damage. So we have 3, 5, 8. It's actually 4. Okay, yeah. So 3, 5, 8. So let's quest with everything else. Because I just want to push through this. So we got 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. Because if we engage, we can ready here. 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. So requesting for 15, showing 3. We also have a +2. I'm going to flip into a Haunted Mire. Mire 2, when it's discarded, search the encounter deck. We have to exhaust Smeagol to travel there. I forgot about that. Probably should not have done Smeagol, but here we are. So 17. Let's go ahead and spin this to get +2. We're showing 7. We quested for 17. So 6 goes here. Or 4 goes here. 6 goes here. I never reset this. So this is going to be at 6. Oh, and this is actually +1. I should not have used Smeagol there. Shoot. Okay. End of the round. We're going to Mire. Brass being a basic Euro? I don't think so. I mean, it is a Euro. It is a pretty basic Euro, but I think it's the interaction. It's a very interactive Euro, which is something that is, I think, a little bit more rare. Halfway through a Clank Legacy campaign, I've heard such good things about Clank Legacy. Sam is so freaking rich, it's dumb. Okay, we're not gonna go with Smeagol this time. Let's throw poison spikes out there. Again, worst case scenario. Just need to leave them. Poor Steward of Gondor. If you thread out, at least we'll know a wizard can, in fact, be nice. I would say I've not played Lancashire. I've heard Birmingham's better, though. The Steward bothers me so much in this game. Still think Pandemic Legacy Season 1 is the best Legacy I've played. I would, if you consider Gloomhaven, which I do, a Legacy game, I would say Gloomhaven beats out Pandemic Legacy Season 1, but Season 1 is better than 0 or 2. Okay. We're going to keep Smeagol out of it this time. Let's go 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Where's Visionary Leadership? 1, 2. 1, 2. No, just 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. We are showing 5, 9. Jeez. I'm gonna flip into Peril. Must either raise your threat by 1 for each character you control that's committed to the quest, or deal 1 damage to each character committed to the quest. I hate it. I hate it. I'll deal 1 damage. So much damage. Let's go ahead and use this to give +2. So we're showing 9. We're questing for 15. So that means that 6 goes here, taking us to 11. 1 away from what we need. We're going to exhaust Smeagol to travel here. Okay, we'll stand up. 43. Gloomhaven is better, but I can never recommend it because it is 100 hours of gameplay. Yeah. Still preach on how good the War of Mine is. Don't see enough people talk about it. Similar to a video game. I don't know what it is. Very descriptive storytelling. I'm not familiar with it. Draw a card. Sneak attack. Well, at least if we get a Gandalf, we're feeling pretty good though. So there's that. Okay. So we're going to get an undead enemy and add it to the staging area. I actually do want this to go because then I can draw 2 cards. That's actually kind of funny. I want this to sink into the abyss so that we can draw 2 cards. And actually I couldn't progress because I only have 3 in the victory display, so I do have to clear this. Okay. Dive back in. You can always leave a note summarizing the story for the first time you get it back. Yeah. Oh, okay. Showing 4. I'm not gonna keep Smeagol around. I don't need to. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. I never pass out money. I'm gonna use the money to heal Faramir. There. And we'll, I guess, give more money to Sam. I'm running out of tokens. So 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's 15. 15 showing 4. Let's flip into, hey, the Dead Things. Engaged player cannot reduce their threat. After Dead Things destroys a character, defending player must raise their threat by 3. So we got Ambush and Poison Stakes there. We're going to draw 2 cards. Ingold and a Custodian. Alrighty. And so this is showing 3. Yeah, 3, 7. We quested for 15, so we add 8. So that will push us. Because we have 4 in there now. And we have 12. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy and puts it into play engaged with them. Shuffle all locations in the victory display into the encounter deck. Gollum left. The Dead Marshes. Yes, that is their names, he crackled. You should not look in where the candles are lit. While engaged players engage with an undead enemy, progress cannot be placed on this stage. The players cannot defeat the stage unless the first player controls Smeagol. Players defeat the stage, they win the game. It has 24. 43, jeez. Okay, so these get shuffled in. You have Dead Things. We're going to grab The Groping Dead. Let's see if is there a Groping Dead in here that we can grab. I don't think so. I don't, because that's new to me. Yeah. It's always fun to play a trap deck and only reveal locations. Right? We're about to get a lot of enemies. Shoot. We'll be fine. We should be fine. Okay, we'll limit once per phase. Alrighty, so during the engagement phase, we'll get to ready another ally. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Do I want to travel to... Yeah, I do. No, I can't. Smeagol's exhausted. Okay. I will choose to engage here. This is a different... I will go ahead and... Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Check this out. So instead of unexhausting here, during the quest phase, I'm going to unexhaust Smeagol. Then I'm going to exhaust Smeagol to travel here. Engagement stage, I'm going to engage here and unexhaust here. Aha! I can't get into the board game. I've set it up and tried a few times, never clicked with me. It's a war-torn East. The goal is to survive in the shelter. During the day, you can repair and build new... That does sound like a video game. That's cool. Smeagol's immune to player card effects? Fine. Smeagol is not ready. We'll ready Bill. Let's trigger ambush. For 3, we need 7. 7 to take out here. This war mine? Yeah. It's thematic since Smeagol hates Faramir. Yeah, that's true. 1 Mire token after they destroy. I don't think I'm taking it out this round, right? So I will just defend with Knight. It's going to be 3, which runs into the defense here. We're good. Okay. 44. Let's stand up. Even if I draw a Gandalf right now, I can't use it because I can't reduce my threat. I guess I could use it for something else, but okay. 44 threat. Ew. Okay, Sam. I've run out of resource tokens. This is gonna be 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We actually technically have 10. There we go. Okay. So this clears. Undead enemy, reveal it and add it to the staging area. We're gonna add I think another grouping dead. They're just easier to take care of. No B cops in the shot. Gross. Now you can't place progress into your... Yep. Or I can't lower my threat either. Drawing into... Oh no, the searching eye. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck or exhaust each hero. I think exhausting each hero is not the worst thing right now, actually. Yeah, I'm going to exhaust the heroes. Because I have a really nice ally lineup at this point. Okay. We got a Citadel Custodian. We'll go 3 to play Ingold. The Shire is Sheriff, so it's basically the same? Yeah. Alrighty. I just need to not die. Or not quest successfully. So we're showing 2. So let's Sam's not exhausted. Oh, Sam is exhausted. So let's do 4 6. Flip, put the topmost undead enemy into play engaged with you, and then they both make an attack. Yo! So we got dead things. I think we're gonna lose this game. Okay, so they are all attacking. And we are going to raise our threat by 3. Is that really into play engaged with you? And then they... Jeez. Oh, wow. Okay. So we get to ready knight from here. So let's go ahead and defend the attack here. No, let's do it on dead things. So it's going to be 4. We take 1 damage here. We got an attack of 3. Let's block with the custodian with full health. 3. We take 2 damage on the custodian, so it does not destroy anything. We cannot place progress. We have to engage here. We'll ready up our knight. Been fun heading to bed. Alrighty, thank you. Have a good one. Okay, so this is going to attack for 3. Let's actually use here to heal 2 damage from the knight. We'll block the attack of 3 here. Raise your threat by 1 for each 3 threat. We're going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game. Dies. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. You got defending here. 4. Raise your threat by the attacking enemy's threat. There you go. That's game. That was brutal. That's a really frustrating loss. Like, where are my Gandalfs? The next card. But I just raised my threat by 6 just based off of, like, shadow cards. That's annoying. I think the deck works. I just needed a Gandalf. We're 2 hours in. Ugh. Yikes. That was rough. That was frustrating. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it one more time, but we're gonna have to go a little bit faster. I think I can finish a game. The deck worked. You played well, just bad luck. And like, yeah. I'm guessing that we probably shouldn't have. This is sort of why I can't get into Lord of the Rings. I love the concept, but you can't handle how easy it is to sometimes lose just when you're prepared. Yeah. I think this has been yeah. I think the other kind of like thing to think about is if I was running blue, I would have been fine. Right? If I sub Sam out for a blue character and like threat reduction cards, I am 100% fine. We're gonna try the deck one more time, just same deck. Start at 28, and I think I need. Nelson's obsession with green bit him. Nice. You can run Favor the Valor to avoid threading out. That's true. That's true. If I run Favor the Valor, what am I cutting? Cut a Malblong. Favor. I feel like also Fast Hitch goes into this deck with Frodo. I'd say the spears probably. Oh yeah, I don't think I need the spears. Good call. We'll trade the spears for the fast hitches. Oh, where's that other spear? I also don't know if I need the elf stone. I think I'm gonna pass on the elf stone as well. I never saw a very good tale either. So we had a very. I'm gonna grab the other copy of Very Good Tale. We're gonna run 3x of that because that can also hit a Gandalf. Favor the Valor. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. One extra for the burden. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, let's try that. So we have a couple of threat saving things there. Put another Very Good Tale into play, which can hit a Gandalf, which will be nice. Alrighty. I find the Mire 1. Oh yeah, we have Gollum back. Soft Mire. Alrighty. The players cannot advance unless we control Smeagol. After a player declares any number of attackers, we have to increase his defense. Alrighty. We got this. That was crazy. That was crazy. Alrighty. Give me all the sneak attack Gandalfs. We also didn't have a visionary leadership. We didn't see any of those. I think Damrod. I thought I was gonna have more card draw with Damrod. All right, 3, 6. We got Bill. We got Knight, Squire. Yep, that's it. We're starting with that. We're gonna get a card draw into Rangers Spikes. Okay. 28 starting threat. Let's go 2 to play Steward here on Sam. We'll get 2 money back. Let's play Bill. We'll spend 1 to play Squire because we'll immediately chump with Squire here and get it back with Sam. And then we'll spend 1 from Damrod to play Ranger Spikes. Cool. And then we should be able to drop Knight in 2 turns, which will feel real good. The problem with Damrod in this quest is there's a lot of locations. He's much better in the next quest where you're guaranteed you're guaranteed an enemy every round? Nice. Now I'm excited. Nice. Okay, let's quest. For 3, 5. We're only showing 2. We'll go 6. Flip into a Grouping Dead. So this attaches here. Players do not make engagement checks, and it's -2. That's a huge pull right there. We're gonna draw into a Gandalf. We did it. Nice. We're not going to engage, but we will travel. We also quested for 6, so we get to place 2 here. Smeagol is going to attack. We'll block with Squire. It's going to be 2, no shadow effect. We're going to give that resource to Sam. And then I guess we'll attack. So it's going to be 2, 3. So we do deal 1 damage to Gollum with these 2. We'll stand up and increase our threat to 29. Okay. Let's pass out some money. Oh wait, shoot, we can play Knight right now. Hit. Nice. Let's play Knight. That's a big turn 2 drop. We drew the W. Let's go. Let's go 1 for another Ranger Spikes there. We have the Ship Captain, which I will play later. I guess I could move a Frodo resource. The other thing I probably should have done is looked at Fellowship cards, but here we are. Let's go ahead and spend 2 to play the Ship Captain. We're gonna move a resource to Damron. Okay. Let's try and get Gollum this round. So we're showing 0. Let's quest for 3, 4, 5. We're going to flip, reveal the topmost undead enemy. There are none, and then they each make an attack. That's insane. That's an insane card. Frodo's Intuition is probably the best Fellowship card. It would help with willpower and card draw. That's true. Because is Frodo's Intuition the Hobbit one? Okay. So we clear here. We place 1 here. We're making an attack. We'll block with the Ship Captain. Yeah. So 2, no shadow effect. Takes out the Ship Captain. We're going to declare attackers. He's going to get a 5 defense. We got 1, 3, 5. We're going to go 3 damage on him. So close. So close. It's from the Black Riders. +1 hill power and draw a card for each Hobbit hero. That is a good card. Threat goes to 30. We'll draw into a fast hitch. Alrighty. Pass out money. I'm going to spend 1 to play a fast hitch over here on Mr. Frodo. Let's quest for 3, 5. Showing 0. Flip into a 2. Another one of those. That's a big pull. Oh, there's the sneak attack. We did it. We did it. It's already a victory in my head. Okay, let's go ahead and party parrot. Let's go. We can defend with Faramir. No, let's defend with Knight. He's attacking for 2. He gets +3. There we go. So there's 2 damage on the Knight. And then we'll declare attackers. He's going to get 5 defense again. Yikes. So 2, 4, 5. Fast hitch will ready 6, which will take Smeagol. We also quested. So we actually are now pushing through. because we quested for 5. We're showing 0, so we're at here. Number of locations in the staging area is less than the number of players. Discard cards from encounter deck until a location is discarded. Then add that location. So we got this. And if we add it, we don't surge. Do you see the emotes all, or is it just typed out? It is just typed out. I don't know why I don't see your emotes. I see a lot of emotes, just not yours for some reason. But I like it. I think it's fun. Progress cannot be placed on locations. The players cannot advance unless the first player controls Smeagol, and there are at least 4 locations in the victory display. This is Mire 1. Return a random location or raise each player threat by 1 for each location. We'll raise our threat by 1. We'll stand up. Raise our threat. At 32, we'll draw into a Poison Spikes. We'll pass out money. Now, the crazy question here is, do we sneak attack for card draw? T9 2004 vibes. Most of mine are on 7TV, which is an extension. Adds a ton of emotes, which are using... Oh, interesting. Huh. I don't know. That's weird. I know threat was our issue, but we're also down to 3 cards. Let's throw Poison Spikes up here. Do we sneak attack Gandalf for the card draw right now? Or do we reduce our threat? We're progressing at a much faster clip than we were last game. I think I'm going to go card draw. As crazy as that sounds, I think I'm going to go card draw. And regret it later. Card draw means more sneak attacks, means start. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But money can buy beer. Makes me think of the Simpsons. Okay. Let's go into the quest. We're going to sneak attack Gandalf, committed to the quest, and we're going to draw. Boom! There you go, Jared. Citadel Custodian and an Anaborn. Let's go. All right, so we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Questing for 14, showing 0. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna go 16. I'm gonna flip into Hunted. Let's go. Adding that 2 means we progressed. Mire 2, when it is discarded, we're gonna get an undead enemy. So we're showing 4. We place 12, which will push us. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy and puts it into play, engaged with them. Shuffle all locations in the victory display into the encounter. Oh, wait, no, I can't progress. I can't progress. I'm sorry. I don't have enough locations there because I need 4. Okay, but at least we have 12 on here now. Oops. Okay. So we will get Gandalf back, and we will raise our threat. We'll stand up. We will add a Mire token here. We will travel there by not exhausting Smeagol on this next quest. Okay. Draw into an Ingold. Sick. Yeah, this run of this deck feels so much better. How many locations on the Vitus? Just 1. I'll put... There you go. I'll do that. I'll count it over here. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3 in gold. Let's go 2, 4 Anaborn. Let's go 1 for the custodian. Feel better now. Woo! That's hype. That's really hype. Sick. Okay. I'm not going to sneak attack Gandalf at this point. I don't need to do that. And so we are just going to count it up. We got 1, 1, 2. This will be the ally we ready. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ingold, which is pretty sick. Ingold is really good when you get that 4th hero. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. That puts us at. I don't know why I'm questing for so much. Guess there's no reason to not quest with Frodo. Reduced by 1. Alrighty. So requesting for 11, showing 4. Flip into a stagnant pool. Mire 5. We're going to exhaust Smeagol to travel there. It's not great, but. And I think we're fine with questing right now, actually. I'm just happy that we got another location. Okay. This is a lot now. This is above and beyond. Smeagol is exhausted. We'll stand up. Increase to 34. Knowing that we have 10 threat reduction in our hand. Feels so much better. We got another fast hitch. Pass out money. Go 1 for a fast hitch on Sam. We will quest for 3. I guess the reason to not commit is there is that treachery card that deals damage. Where it deals damage to all the questing characters. Love this point of a Lord of the Ring game where everything is running smooth and you have too many numbers on the table. No kill quite yet. Like overkill. Yeah. So we got 3 from Sam. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we need a. This is showing 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that's 11, showing 4. We're going to flip into a 3. So we're showing 7, meaning that we place 4. Let's go ahead and spend a resource here. Exhaust to give +2, which will clear here. That's 2. Okay. We'll go ahead and travel here by exhausting Smeagol. And we're good. All right. Increase our threat. We will mire. We'll stand up. I also think like I have a little bit better of an understanding of how the quest is going. And so just like the progress of the visionary leadership, let's go. The progress of like the quest is like just easier for me to kind of conceptualize, and there's less it's easier for me to make decisions. While the attached hero has at least 1 resource in his resource pool, Gondor heroes get +1 willpower. Woo! GG's. Alrighty, let's use 2. Throw visionary leadership on Sam, who is the steward of Gondor. Okay. Well, quest for 4. We're showing 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quest for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's absurd. This ally is questing for 5 right now. That's sick. 1, 2. That takes us to 11. We're showing 3, but we do need to push 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're questing for 16 stage into a hunted. So we have to exhaust Smeagol to travel here. Okay. So that's showing 7. We add 9. So this will clear here. We need one more. Let's travel here. Increase our threat by 1. We'll stand up. There's a cool flow to this quest. Mini boss fight with Gollum, then trip through the marsh, then a swarm of enemies at stage 3. Kind of the same flow as Journey. Oh yeah, yeah. It does feel very reminiscent of Journey. Draw into. Oh, there's our healer. Let's go. It feels like whenever we need something, we get it, which is very satisfying. Pass out money. We still haven't hit this poison spikes. Play our healer. Let's go ahead and use our healer. Heal 2 off of Knight. Actually, she's questing for 1 now. I guess I really do have the favor of the Valor this run. There, yeah. Yes, that's true. Alrighty, we're questing. And once we push, we are done. Which we will... Undead enemy puts it into play engaged. Yeah, so we're going to get... Okay, that's fine. Let's lower this down to 0. Let's go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 11. 1, 2, 3. That's 13. We will we're ready Knight. So we're at 14, showing 4. I'm gonna flip into a Candle Bearer. There it is. The engaged player cannot reduce his threat. After Candle Bearer destroys the character, it cannot take damage until the end of the round. So that's staging. At this point, so we're showing 7. So we clear this, which means that we push. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an undead enemy, puts it into play, engaged with them. Shuffle all locations in the victory display into the encounter deck. I think I don't want to take one from the guess or the deck. I'll take Dead Things. No, Dead Things is kind of annoying. Yeah, I'll take Dead Things. I have enough attack to kill it. This is down to 0. It should have 1 on it. I'm going to exhaust Smeagol to travel here. And I don't want to get the Candle Bearer. So what we're going to do, we're going to play Sneak Attack, Gandalf, pop it right back to our hand, but reduce our threat by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that way we don't have to engage the Candle Bearer. And we won't. We can just let the Candle Bearer hit the poison spikes. We also get to draw a card. Hey, it's another Gandalf. Let's go. Alrighty. That's so funny. Okay. We're going to unexhaust Knight when we engage here. Dead is going to attack us for 4. We will defend with Knight. It'll be 4. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Oof. So 1, and then 1 damage slips through. And then we have to deal 7. 2, 4, 5, 7. Or 8. Clear that. Okay. We'll stand up. 2 damage here. Reduce our threat. Or increase our threat. And stand up. So we're at 32. We'll draw into an ambush. Alrighty. Let's pass out some money. For reference, you can't reduce threat while engaged with the dead things, but you knew you were advancing. Oh, true. True. Yeah, I would have snuck attack Gandalf before the resolution. I would have snuck attack it in the staging after I saw the Candlebear. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go 1 to go ambush here. Let's just go ahead and go 2, 3. Never using these resources. 5 to play Gandalf. Gandalf comes in. We're going to draw cards. We're at 32. Yeah, we're going to draw cards. The Pit, Favor the Valor, and Anaborn. Let's go ahead and spend 2, 3. Play Favor the Valor. I'll put this down here. We'll go Pit. Alrighty. We can quest all out at this point. Alright, let's see what happens. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So questing for 31, showing 3. Oh. Gonna reveal Soft Myers. That's a 2. So we're showing 5. We quest for 26. 5 gets here. So we're down to 21 here. We'll spend this to get +2. So we're at 23. If I quested here, we would have been fine. Travel. We'll raise our threat by 1 to travel. Actually, we won't. Yeah, we will. We will. Ooh. All right. Stand up. Increase our threat to 34. We get 2 damage here. I do like the trap decks. Gandalf is gone. Draw into a very good tail. You know, it is a very good tail. Let's play a very good tail. Let's exhaust the Custodian and Anaborn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place these 2 into play. I didn't pass out any money. I'm going to use 3, 4, 5 to play Gandalf here. We'll draw 3 cards. Malblong. Sneak attack, of course. And Ingold. Okay. We're at 0. We're showing 3. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. We're at 20. We're showing 3. I feel pretty good about that. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 27. Showing 6. 21. 17. That's game. Why did that one feel so much easier? That took us 30 minutes compared to an hour and 50 minutes. Was it just card draw? Was that all it was? We just drew into the right cards at the right time? I mean, the sneak attack handoffs really, really helped. GG. I like the deck. I really like the deck. And so I'm excited. We're going to keep kind of a very, very similar deck at least. We can change out the cards in the deck. We can't change the heroes. We do incur like a +1 penalty. Oh, we have a campaign card to read. So I'm probably just going to keep the deck very similar because I like it a lot. Each player must choose to either take a permanent +2 starting threat penalty or in 1 copy of Searching the Eye. Oh, gross. So Searching the Eye. Reveal a top card of the encounter deck. I think I'm going to take Searching the Eye. Because +2 starting threat is not fun. Especially in this deck. We're going to take Searching the Eye. Because there's a chance we never even hit it. Like this game we didn't hit it. And once we have all our allies out, Searching the Eye is not the worst thing in the world. Especially because we have fast hitches in the deck now. So we'll take Searching the Eye. Boom! Nice. Well, thank you all so very much for hanging out. It was very satisfying to have that like defeat rolling into just something that was. I feel like we were oppressive in this quest. I mean, like we just like rolled through it, and so.